for cold weather.
It's A1 Vacuum and Sewing's live stream for Friday the 23rd.
And we're starting off by just getting right into Scan and Cut Friday because we do have a Kimberbell event at 10, so we got to start early on this so then Jeannie and Patrick can hop in and I can run back and finish getting ready. So, I have this wonderful Michelle here.
Hello, everyone.
So
we had a project.
Yes.
And we neglected to look at the calendar.
Yes.
And so we're just going to tease you with the project we'll do for Scan and Cut next week. And so this is...
It's so cute.
This is the embossing kit. And embossing is done on metal, right?
Yeah.
They're like metal sheets.
They're like metal sheets.
And you can do the embossing, which means that it depresses the line that you make, or you can do debossing, which means that you depress behind the line and the line becomes bold.
Yes.
So it's a very unique and fun. So we are going to do that next week.
Elegant.
So I'll get it closer there. We are going to do this next week.
Oh my god.
But for this week, we thought we'd give you a rundown on two things that are really important.
Yes.
Shauna's going to cover prepping fabric for cutting on the Scan and Cut. You would never not prep fabric if you want a nice cut on the Scan and Cut. So she's going to do that in a minute. Do we have canvas up here?
It is up.
Cool.
You want to switch over to it?
Sure.
Or am I going to start with
are
this?
you going to tell them
Do you
want
to
to
do that first?
Yeah, we'll
do that
start
first.
with this. Okay, so...
You can tell we planned.
What was that? Yeah, everything's all ready. So, there are a few different ways that you can prepare your material, and we all have our favorites. But we're going to talk
different
about...
reasons, yeah.
Yes. We're going to talk about why you would want to prepare it that way, what the benefit is, and what project it's going to be more geared towards. So, I want to start with the Misty Fuse, because this is something that I just learned about.
I know, it's amazing,
And
isn't
I
it?
think it is so amazing. I love that it keeps the fabric feeling like fabric.
Yes.
And it has a shiny side, and that's where the Misty Fuse is applied, and it's so thin. So if you've never touched Misty Fuse, you need to touch it.
It's like dealing with cotton candy.
It's like it's like so soft and thin. So
but don't eat it.
Don't eat it.
Please do not eat it. But you can like crumple it. Like look at that. It's still fabric, and the Misty Fuse flexes with it. So since I haven't had too much experience with it, what is your favorite way to use it, Michelle?
If you want to cut quilting pieces in a quilt that's actually going to be a quilt and not a wall hanging or placemats or something like that, Misty Fuse is going to give you the lightest change to the fabric. And it's one of those that you cut with fabric side down, not the Misty Fuse side down, because you'll only do that once.
You'll learn quickly.
You learn quickly. So you would mirror image what you want to cut, and you can use it fabric down, Misty Fuse up. What's great about Misty Fuse is, again, it's a very light application. So for some of the appliques that I've been doing lately that have the blanket stitch on the outside, and it's important that the cut be perfect, then the Misty Fuse is what I'm going to reach for first. It's the least change to my fabric.
Yeah, it literally, I mean, it's so thin. So before I learned about Misty Fuse, my go-to was the Brother Iron-On applique material, and it has this almost like freezer paper kind of feeling sheet on the backside. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to peel it off so I can show you what it looks like. Thank you. I don't have nails.
I usually just tear a corner.
I loved using this for appliques. It does make it a little bit thicker for embroidery. What I really, really like about it, though, is that it gives it, like, a clean cut. Like, an incredibly clean cut. It does add some weight to the fabric itself.
A little bit of difference. Not a lot,
So
though.
now you just peeled it off. Is that something...
So this
would
is like
you
a
peel it
protective
off
sheet. Yes.
After or before?
No,
you
that's
cut?
the unique part of using the Brother Scan and Cut applique fabric, is you peel it off and you can cut it with the sticky side down and your fabric side up.
Yes, and it's not going to be like...
It's one of the few. Yeah, it's one of the few you can.
Mat. Yes.
It doesn't stick to the mat.
I always peel this before I cut, just because this can get caught and slide around. Because it's not like adhered to it. It's just a protective sheet so you don't destroy your
you
iron.
iron it on and then peel this off.
Yes.
And then,
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can see it does have like a shine to it. Kind of like the Misty Fuse. It is a little bit thicker and a little bit heavier, but I fell in love with this because I was using Steamicine.
Yeah, I was going to say, the comparable product to that would be Steamicine, but it's not really comparable at all.
It's not sticky. It's totally smooth. which makes it really nice for your blade, and it's not going to get stuck inside of your scan and cut. So this was my go-to for a very, very long time until Michelle turned me on to half and half, which is
Misty Fuse and
yeah, like it's amazing.
depends on what you want to do with it.
So I have 2 more pieces of fabric here. So this one, it's like flexible. It's fabric. There's nothing else on top of it besides a little bit of best press. I think this is great if you're using like your fabric mat. I think this is like almost a preferred method too for the
I
fabric
think that
mat.
with the fabric mat, what they have to be careful of is, there's a lot of difference in weight between
There is.
cottons. If you have a cotton that's like this, it's not going to cut with nothing on it.
And
That
this
cotton
is a
has
tighter weave to
it's more
it.
like the Kimberbell cotton is a
Yes.
good example. It
Yes.
has a little bit more body to it.
Yes, I love that. More body. So this was just prepared with best press. If I were to prepare the same fabric though, I would use a lot more best press or even switch over to
Terrio
Magic.
Magic.
So this is like, it is like paper, like, and Terrio Magic gives it a beautiful cut. Like if you don't need any type of adhesive on it, I would switch to Terrio Magic because it just gives it such a clean cut.
Does that wash out?
Oh,
Terrio
absolutely.
Magic?
Not only does it wash out-
basically, if it'll wash out and retain the original
Yes.
properties of the
Yeah.
fabric.
Yeah, exactly. And normally, if they're working like in a quilting project or a home deck project or something on a garment, as they're working, the Terrio Magic begins to break down and become more fabric-like.
Yes. So it's not going to stay this like papery consistency forever. So if I was doing embroidery and I didn't necessarily need like an adhesive, I would use this. Or if I was cutting quilt blocks because I can't sew very straight, I would be using Terrio Magic to make sure that as I'm sewing, they all stay nice and flat and even. And as it cuts and draws my little quarter
I was
going to
say, yeah.
Yes, it is
For
so
Shauna
perfect.
and I, we just cut it and have it draw the seam allowance, and then we don't have to worry about
I don't
anything.
have to worry about anything.
It's all done.
So what you're saying is you can kind of play with multiple
Yes.
methods to find what's going to work best
Yes.
for your specific
Yes.
project. So it's okay if it doesn't cut perfectly the first time. 'cause
No,
you're
it's
trying
perfect.
to see
Yes.
what's going to happen.
I think that's
Exactly.
the whole key is if you never take your scan and cut out, then you take it out once and you cut fabric, you just threw it on your mat and
You're
you
not
press
gonna have,
cut
like, the
and it
best
stretched
experience.
all over the mat and your grain got your bias cut got all wonky, and you never tried it again. It's a user error. You just didn't have your fabric prepared to do that. So
basically, there's some user responsibility. to
Yes, like
figuring
anything
out
else.
How to do it, and you can't panic when it's not.
No.
Yeah.
Always do a test cut first. I always. I mean, if I have like a bunch of this material and I want to say, oh, maybe I'll try out Terrio Magic. I'll cut off a little piece, prepare it, and do a little cut. Most of the time, you don't have to do that with the new scan and cuts. But if you're just kind of like testing the waters and you want to see what's going to work best for that specific project, I think it's totally reasonable to go and do that.
Yeah.
And it's worth experimenting.
It
'cause
is.
Then you find out something totally new.
And your blade is important too. So
Yes.
none of this is going to help if your blade's dull.
And something.
So how do you know when your blade is dull? What would be some of the things that you would look for?
I
in a
listen.
dull
all the
blade?
way through.
Yeah,
it
I
does
listen.
sound
It
different.
makes a sound that sounds like it's dragging, and it depends on what you cut. I mean, it's like an X-Acto knife. If you ask me how long an X-Acto knife lasts, well, it lasts a lot longer if you're just cutting vinyl as opposed to if you're trying to cut balsa wood.
It's like
Yeah.
asking how long it takes to go through a tank of gas.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
How fast do you drive?
How much do you drive?
Yes.
Yeah.
I found that if you are like I now after like 3 years of using my scan and cut, I have like a dedicated vinyl blade and a dedicated fabric blade and
I
a
do too.
dedicated paper blade because I found that if I'm using my standard blade with paper and vinyl over time, it just like dulls a whole lot faster.
Yeah.
So now I have like a separate little blade that I keep in its little clear canister, and then I label it vinyl, and I label the other one paper, so as I'm switching between my projects, I can just
When you guys
pop
use your
that in.
scan and cuts all the time.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I love
Yeah.
using my scan.
Mine is never not being used, and
just
and I
make
found
birthday
that
cards with it.
to do that you have to have it out. You can't have it in the closet. You can't have it in the bag. You have to have it
Yeah.
somewhere it's accessible.
Yes, I leave mine right on my table next to my dream machine.
And now
That
we
way-
have a vinyl cutting, dedicated vinyl kit, so
Yes, that
it's
is
easy to
really
do that.
exciting.
Paper blade, vinyl blade, fabric blade.
Yeah.
It's really nice to kind of keep it separate.
And then
Yes, the
something else.
blades are very easy to change.
Oh, totally. They're so easy to change.
Ooh, hi Cora in Nebraska.
Oh, hi, Cora.
Is it cold in Nebraska?
When we do the
sorry.
the get to know your scan and cut class, we actually go over how to clean out your blade, because as you work through some projects, you're gonna, yes, it is just like scissors. You're gonna get some debris like built up inside of that cap. So we go over untwisting it, how to carefully take the blade out and switch it, what parts you should be cautious of. And we cover all of that in the Get to Know Your Scan and Cut class, so you're more familiar with it. And we do it more than once. So hopefully it sticks.
Yeah, just like anything else. We
Yes.
we have to do it more than one time to remember how we did
Well,
it.
it sounds like a simple rule is do not panic.
Yeah,
Don't
do no panic. There's no panicking. There's no
Yes.
crying in Scan and Cut.
I found a really simple way to prepare my fabric too is I take one of these bottles and I label it half and half, and then I put
secret sauce.
It's a secret sauce.
Half,
so I put
half Terrio Magic,
and
half Best Press.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like my go-to now. But there is a time where you just really need Best Press, and there's definitely a time where you just need Terrio Magic. So I usually have 3 bottles at home where they're all kind of separated and labeled, so then I know
Well, you
which
know what's
one
nice
I'm
about
grabbing
those
for.
is when you drop them, they don't spill.
They don't spill. The cap doesn't just pop off, and I like that they have like a separate bag inside, so if you drop it
Ew.
and it cracks, it's not going to leak everywhere. It's contained inside of the bag that's inside of the plastic.
Yeah, they're just a great addition to anybody's sewing room.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
So canvas?
Canvas! Yay!
I'll skip back so you can
Shauna and
see
I
it.
actually discovered this the
Oh,
other day when we were
Michelle
looking. No, we discovered it. We're
And
a
I
team.
was like, oh my god, this is so amazing. I was totally blown away.
All right. So I am in Canvas, in Shauna's Canvas account, so I'm going to close this.
This is so
All right.
amazing.
So right now, if you've never been to Canvas, Canvas is something that Shauna and I are really going to promote going forward, because all of the cool stuff lives in Canvas.
It really does.
I would say there's at least 6 or 7 new projects every month that are completely and totally free. But one of the things I always found to be problematic is I would open this up and say, okay, how do I even find what I'm looking
Yes,
for?
and I'd be scrolling and scrolling
Forever.
forever, and I'd be like, oh, did I pass it? And then I'd go back up. Nope, it wasn't there. Scroll all the way down.
So on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen is this little icon that looks like a push pin, and it says filter. If you click on that icon, then you can drop down the categories menu.
Oh my god. Is this
And-
not mind-blowing?
Yeah, it's like the default is to select all. But what if I just want to see the Scan and Cut projects that have to do with sewing? So I can click on sewing and then click OK, and any projects that are just
Look at
sewing
that.
projects
Look how cute they are.
will populate. And they go back all the way to the very beginning. So the first Scan and Cut machine was, I think, about 5 years ago. So there's been ongoing projects for the last 5 years.
That's so incredible.
Now-
Look at all of them.
I know.
And you could even scroll down and there's more.
There's some really cute ones. Here's one we can make for Momo.
Oh, that'd be
We can
so
make him a bow tie for
cute.
Christmas,
Oh my
so he
God, that'd
can
be so cute.
New Year's Eve, he
Get
can
all
be
dressed
festive.
up.
All right, so let's say that I want sewing, but I also want to see what's cool in fabric. Then I can select more than one filter, and everything that's fabric or sewing will
Oh,
pop
that
up.
is awesome.
So look at those cute little earrings that are gingerbread
so
man.
Cute.
They're ornaments, but I bet we
I
could
would
shrink them and
into
make earrings.
Yeah.
So look at the bunny there.
So cute.
So that's just your
Oh my
tip
God,
of
look
the
at that
day.
rhinestone Christmas tree. That's
Ooh.
so pretty.
So when you click on the project, you also can be, you'll be directly streamed to Brother's YouTube channel for Scan and Cut if you want to see the video of how this project was done. If you just want to get the directions, you would click on PDF and it would download just the directions for
I think
you.
it's so cute that they call it a recipe.
A recipe, yeah. And then the other thing is, of course, you want the parts. So anything that's here, it's going to give you the design and everything that you need other than the basic supplies to make that be a successful project. So just one of the fun features of Scan and Cut Canvas. Now, what we're in is the online version, not the little flower that looks like this in my upper left corner that lives on your desktop.
Yeah, we're on
That's a
the-
different program, and we're going to talk about that.
Pull this up just so you can see comments.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Do you have a Scan and Cut to do the? Do you have to have a Scan and? Yes, you do have to have a Scan and Cut. These are Scan and Cut projects. So yes, it's a Scan and Cut site.
So you could try to cut them out yourself, and you could.
The detail
try,
usually,
yeah.
the detail
there's so
doesn't.
much detail that goes into them. Even if you just look at that notebook cover, all of the small petals, it would just be a little too difficult.
Back, you just click on that. You can just
This?
outside. No. On the other window.
Okay.
The other window will pop forward.
So if you look at this cork notebook cover.
There's just so much
Yeah,
detail
there's so
that
much
goes into
detail
it.
in this
And
that it would be
symmetry,
impossible.
Everything is
Yeah.
super symmetrical.
Would be impossible to cut that one by hand. You could sew it by hand, but you wouldn't be able to cut it without a Scan and Cut.
It would be really difficult. Like, look how cute.
There, if you
Down
wanna go
there.
right there. Yep.
That looks like a little robot. All right. Every time I open Canvas, it says there is an upgrade. It could be that you haven't upgraded it yet.
It could be the online.
It could
or
be
not
the online one.
The desktop version.
The desktop version
Yeah.
updates quite frequently.
It does. So just let it run all the updates, and then it'll just process it. And what it's going to do is just help it run better on your desktop. So then you don't have to necessarily go on to canvasworkspace.com. But I love canvasworkspace.com.
I do.
love it.
I
think
like them
it's
both now.
so-
The roll feeder lives on the one that's on your desktop, and we're going to do that. We're going to do a roll feeder
Yes.
project
Yes.
throughout the holiday season. I do
Well,
it
and
every time online. You know what, Karen?
I've never seen an update online.
I haven't either. So I would be.
It's probably her PC version.
Yeah.
And it's important to run upgrades. I mean, if
Updates, yeah.
if the updates are there, they're bug fixes. Like there are two parts of updates. One is they enhance them, but the other is as more and more people use them, they identify little issues, little bugs, stuff like that, and they fix them. So, it is one of those things that you want to run your updates, and same thing happens too with as Windows and iOS update, there are aspects of the software written for those platforms that aren't going to work. So the updates are important. I just run the updates. I wouldn't worry about it.
I have to run and get ready for Kimberbell, so it was nice seeing you all. And
All
I
right.
hope you enjoyed Scan and Cut Friday. So
And
I'm
next
gonna-
week,
next
embossing.
week, yes, embossing. So keep your eye out for that. And I hope
Yes,
you all have a
Lorraine,
great
there is
weekend.
a big difference between the desktop version, which would be the online version, and the version you put on your iPad. There are two. Karen said she saw it when we first opened it, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure on that. I didn't see it. Did it look like it need? I don't know. If there also, as new products and features are released, it will give you little notations like a banner, a ticket tape that runs along the bottom of your Scan and Cut window, of the Canvas window. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't have Canvas on this particular computer too, so I don't know if it would relate directly to this computer, or it may have been asking if I wanted to download the.
Yeah, that might have been
the
if you wanted to
version.
download it. So
And I think I saw that too.
that does happen. If you if you
yeah.
don't have the download version that lives on your iPad or on the desktop, that's the version that does not require the internet. However, if you don't have it, it's going to ask you every time you open Canvas if you want it.
Yeah, so I think I saw that.
Yeah,
when
if
it
you
first
don't want it,
opened,
click no.
Like the Canvas doesn't live on my computer. So
Yeah.
I think it was asking.
Yeah,
if
I think
wanted
that's
to
what
download
you're
the-
talking about,
The
Karen.
most recent version. And
So-
so if they are looking online, if I'm hearing you correctly, if they are looking online and they don't have it downloaded, every time
yes.
they go online, it's going to ask
Yes,
if they want
it's
to
gonna
download
ask.
it. So
It is
I mean,
gonna
and that
ask.
may be what's going on for you,
But you
Karen,
can select
is-
to not get those notices.
Well,
at the
you have
bottom,
to
there's
check
a box.
the box.
Yeah, there's a box
So
at the
there'll be a
bottom
box
of
at the
that
bottom
window.
that basically says, don't get this notification again or something along those
Yeah.
lines. And that's probably
Shirley,
what
I
we're
think
talking
the key with Scan and Cut Canvas is you have to register a Scan and Cut to get access to Canvas. So even if some of the projects would be doable with just a sewing machine, if you don't have a Scan and Cut, yes, you do need both versions, Kathy. And we'll show you why when we do our Scan and Cut Canvas class. But yeah, so you won't be able to register for a Canvas account because you don't have a Scan and Cut you can register. It's free for Scan and Cut customers.
So you really need a Scan and Cut.
You really need a Scan and Cut.
So you really need a Scan and Cut. Somebody asked about the Disney
Vinyl blade?
vinyl
Ooh,
kit.
it's
the
so
Disney,
fun.
Disney vinyl upgrade. And I don't think have done that as a daily deal just because we didn't have it.
Oh, okay.
And that was one of those things that was launched and that we haven't gotten yet. We got a couple of them. I had one in the store yesterday that actually went home to live with somebody who just upgraded to the new Scan and Cut.
It's pretty amazing.
And so, we're trying to successfully
Yes, Suzanne, it is easy.
We're trying to manage daily deals with stuff that we know we have easy access to. And a lot of that Brother and Baby Lock stuff, just they don't have it.
Yeah, the supply line is. We don't want to make a daily deal and get you excited about something we can't get.
So, Jeannie, are you coming? Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
So, to go here.
Good morning.
Yeah, and here.
Oh, look at all those comments. You wouldn't happen to remember that it's Giveaway Friday.
It is the Friday giveaway. So, what do you have to? Is it easy to figure out how to load both versions? I think Michelle actually answered that question already, Suzanne, but it's very easy. Basically, when you open the online version of Canvas, it's going to ask if you want to download the physical version of Canvas. And you just simply answer yes, and it's going to download that for you. I think that might have been what Karen saw, because I noticed that too. As soon as we opened the online version of Canvas, my computer asked if we wanted to download it. And I think that was directly geared towards the fact that I don't have the physical version of Canvas on this computer. So
Here's a reminder, ladies. Do not engage in risky sewing behavior. No reaching in.
Do not reach into the machine.
When your machine is stitching. We had a customer, Miss Cindy, who reached in while her 10 needle was going, and needle right through the finger broke off. The tip broke off.
She's having surgery Monday.
Yeah, she's having surgery on Monday to get it. The tip. I'm looking forward to seeing the x-rays. Because I engage in risky behavior sometimes. But I need that reminder too.
Yeah.
Stuff happens. So,
Yeah.
In the battle
Yep.
between a multi-needle and a human.
So it is
always
the
wins.
Friday giveaway today.
wait, I had a couple announcements.
Okay.
Number one, save the date. November 13th, which is a Friday, we are doing another OESD event, and it's the
You're still covered in glitter.
Patrick. Because I was touching everything. Oh, you know what? Because I was downstairs and I was moving around my pillow top that I was supposed to finish last night, and Patrick kept going, "Oh, I thought you had so much filming to do. I thought you had so much stitching to do," and I couldn't get off the chair. My butt was magnetized to the chair. I was like, I know. Anyways, so
She's fancy. You're very fancy.
I'm the glitter.
Although the
Patrick loves it.
store got actually a live rendition of "Yo Laundry Wench, you gotta clean this" yesterday.
Yeah.
It actually happened in the store.
Yeah, I was eating spicy udon, and as soon as I looked at the spicy udon, it was like red. I was like, this is a bad idea.
So that beautiful
So,
shirt she was wearing yesterday.
I knew it was a bad idea. I was leaning like super far over and trying not to make sure anything slurped, because you know when you eat noodles and they go
They're like
Patrick does such, part of the reason Patrick's such a great storyteller is he has really good sound effects. I can't do any sound effects. But I like was being so careful, and then it just happened. I looked down and there was a big red spot on my sleeve. I was like, Patrick, do you see this? You better I'm
We
just
had
kidding
customers in the store.
I'm just kidding with him, but I was like, you better get that stain out. Do you see that? And so anyways, yeah. So he was obedient and he said he would get it out. Or he just laughed at me. He just ignores me. So that is November 13th. It's going to be their quilting event, which I'm really excited about because I think they're going to do some real life quilting and piecing in the hoop and talk about the best products to be using. And I did want to mention something. So I have a friend. This isn't funny. Her mom passed away, so she's doing an estate sale. But I thought some of you might be interested because she was a sewist. And
She was like a big crafter.
she was a big crafter, so I think she did all sorts of stuff. And she loved the color purple. And I know so many of you love purple. It's purple everything. Purple in the closet, purple in just everything is purple. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I know that she has like a smaller koala table that she's getting rid of. It's like
It's one of the original koala
it's one of the original koala tables. And if you're really interested, I can connect you with her and maybe she could send you some pictures before the estate sale, which is tomorrow. It's on Saturday. The address, can you write it in here?
I can't, but you can add it.
Oh,
in
I can add
after.
it.
Yeah.
I'll add in the address, but maybe, I know she has sewing stuff. So I will add it in.
And we know some of you ladies really like
Some of you
estate
like a
sales
bargain.
and,
So I think she's really motivated to just kind of move all that stuff out.
yeah, we're gonna post it, Shirley. It's in Reno. She's in Del Webb, which is
No, she's not in Del Webb. She had just moved.
Oh, she had just moved.
Yeah, she had just moved.
So
I will post that. And I leave tomorrow morning 8:34. Why 8:34? I guess there's a scheduler.
I'm sure it has something to do with air traffic.
Why not 8:30?
I don't know. So, were there other announcements as you look for that?
So Kimberbell event, the soiree is just starting. You better be there. If you're supposed to be in that event and you're sitting here watching the live feed, you better get over there. Make your comment and go.
Speaking of making comments, that's directly related to the Friday giveaway. It is Friday. We do a giveaway every Friday, and in order to be part of that giveaway, you have to comment. So, for our Facebook users and our YouTube users, make a comment, say hello, do whatever you'd like to do. We do use a random comment picker for Facebook comments only, although Jeannie's making a comment right now. And what that means is if it chooses the A1 comment, then we'll put the YouTube commenters, of which there are only normally a couple, into a hat, and we'll pick the winner out of a hat. That has not happened yet, so fingers crossed for our YouTube users. We hope maybe today's your day, but we do give away a great product every Friday. If you are out of town, we basically ask you to pay for shipping.
Yes,
so,
we do.
You get the product for free, but we don't ship at our expense. So what is today's Friday giveaway?
Dun, dun, dun. It's a Fiskars rotating mat with 2 little rulers. So perfect travel size. And
it's a small blade too, so it's one of those
tiny
blades that you can do kind of detail with, right?
Well, you know what's really nice about a small blade? Curves. It's really hard to do curves. The bigger the blade is, the harder it is to do those curves. The smaller the blade is, the easier it is. So it comes with the little rotary cutter, comes with a little small ruler right here, and it comes with this little square ruler. How perfect is that for your half square triangles? It's actually it's a 2.5 inch, 2.5 by 2.5 inch ruler, and this is a rotating mat. So this right here rotates. So perfect to throw in your bag if you are doing some traveling and piecing. So it's $27.99. I was actually just looking at the price, and the price has gone up. So it's $31.50 is the retail price. And how fantastic that is to add this, because I know some of you have the larger mats.
I was like, what is she doing?
And some of you have larger. He's been so good calling me sweetie, but then Violet said, he's manipulating you, because he'll like, I'd like that. I'd like some of that. You know what he did yesterday? And then he said, sweetie, we got a sushi roll, and then he ate more than his share and called me sweetie. And then he said, because he's bigger than me, he should be able to eat more.
It was actually directly related
to our weight.
The demand that I get her stain out of her shirt. So I was like, okay, all right, then I get to eat another one, right,
and
sweetie?
He just ate it. He didn't even wait for a response. And then he ate another one instead because he's bigger.
No. I ate 2 extras. I told you I was eating one because I had to wait for I got over there and they gave our food to somebody else.
Then Violet said, if you want to eat as much as Daddy, then you have to weigh the same amount. So I need to gain 70 pounds, 60 pounds.
Not gonna happen.
Anyways.
She's gonna have to start walking with the dog.
I am going to walk with the dog. The dog is, part of it is for me to have a healthier lifestyle.
And, it's a perfect excuse to shop.
Because I hate
She's like,
walking.
I need a new jacket to go walk the dog.
I don't like walking, and I don't like physical activity.
And she hates the cold.
And I hate the cold. So this is
She's allergic to the cold. Do you know anybody who's allergic to the cold?
Am.
If it's cold enough, she gets hives.
Yeah, for in real life. And then I Googled it. Can you be allergic to the cold? And there's all these articles. I had no idea, but I get this it's like an allergic. It's an allergic
like
reaction.
rosacea.
I get
it's
hives if I'm wherever my skin is exposed, and it doesn't happen all the time. But anyways, I leave tomorrow. I will be back on Sunday. I will probably be posting pictures and possibly live feeding some Momo footage. So.
Live feeding.
Yeah,
wow.
Why not? I can do that. I'm tech savvy now. Did you hear
funny.
how hard he laughed
That's
at that?
funny.
Was that a good, funny one?
That was a good, funny one. Then you're going to hate dog walking at 5 a.m. This is what she signed up for.
I know.
But, it's the perfect excuse to shop. So now she's excited. This morning, we're looking at 2 jackets, and she's like, maybe I should buy both of them.
I didn't. I said, then I can try them on and then return one.
But the company's based in Norway, so that doesn't work.
Yeah, but I didn't say maybe I should get both of them and wanting to keep both. That's like.
If you really liked both, would you get rid of one?
Yeah, I'd keep them both if I really liked them both.
That's how it works.
Because you have to. I live the lie. I look athletic when I want to be.
She's got really nice athletic stuff.
I do, and I just wear it, and people are like, "Oh, look at her! That girl's so athletic." Oh, jeez! I'm the antithesis of athletic. But this guy, how did we end up together?
I always tell my guy friends, I'm like, guys, you're making the wrong mistake, because everybody. This is gonna sound horrible.
Don't say it.
No. No, this doesn't sound chauvinistic, but the guys I know that marry the women with whom they share all their passions, I can't go skiing with them, or I can, but then I have to ski with their wives, or I can't go climbing with them, or then we have to climb with their wives.
And
then there's always a fight because the guy wants to ski something and the wife wants to ski something different. And if the wife follows the guy where he wants to ski, then she's mad that he took her somewhere she didn't want to go. So I tell my guy friends, find somebody that you totally get along with, not based around your passions, because passions change. You have a kid and all of a sudden your wife doesn't want to climb as much anymore. or can't
I used
climb
to-
as
I
much
used to
anymore. She
climb.
used to climb. Like passions change, things change. Guys seem to change a lot less than women. Priorities change, you know. I don't know. Like you ladies marry the people that you imagine us being. We marry the women that we want, and then we don't change. You guys change, and neither of us are happy. I don't know. It's like
What
this
do you
is
think,
Patrick
ladies?
marriage counseling. So I tell my guy friends, marry a woman based just upon somebody you can like hang out with and have a good time with, and just keep your passions separate. And that way you're not arguing about your passions. You don't fight over your passions. She's never like, I didn't want to climb that, or I didn't want to do this.
I'm like, okay,
I'm
see
like,
you later.
You
I'll
go
be sewing all day.
I'll go do the thing I want to do, and then we'll come back and have dinner and be happy and enjoy our lives. And it's
Okay,
worked out.
And there
like,
you
we
go.
can actually work together.
There is your marriage advice from Patrick for the day.
So, anyways, I got a
here's a
couple of
giveaway.
emails regarding the email that I think I promised you guys this week.
Oh, you did?
Well, I said we'd send an email with like a list and the Christmas list. That's gonna come next week.
Because we're going to work on it this weekend.
Basically, you guys will get an email next week. We're going to set up a way for you to essentially have a Christmas list here with some specific deals.
But what if there's stuff they want? Like
There's going to be
specific
write-in
stuff?
spots. So
Oh, yeah.
what that's going to allow you guys, if you do want to do your Christmas shopping here, have people do Christmas shopping here for you, we'll know what you want. You'll have specific deals, etc. I'm pretty excited about it. I think it'll work really well. It may be something that we end up doing every year.
Yeah.
That way we can continue doing Daily Deal, not directly related to Christmas, but it gives us the ability to make sure that we can get you guys stuff for the holidays. So I did promise that this week, but everybody's running behind.
I didn't know he made you that promise. He's been asking.
She was in the live stream with me when I promised it to you, but that's okay.
I didn't hear it.
So
I
it's coming
only half
next
listened.
week. It's coming next
Yeah,
week.
because we promised Patrick we'd work on it this weekend and give it to him by Monday. So now we know. Anything else? So,
I think we've covered
we're
it.
way over our time. So put in your comment. Have a great day. Make something awesome. I will be in touch this weekend with my new furry friend, and maybe on Monday's live feed.
I'm sure you'll meet him on
Maybe
Monday's
we'll-
live feed. We'll
maybe
both be
we'll have a
like, we're
guest.
so exhausted.
We'll be fighting. I'll be like, it's your dog. It'll be like, it's your dog.
It's definitely her
My
dog.
dog.
Until he
It'll be
becomes
his-
my
it'll
dog.
be his
Everybody
dog,
keeps
too.
saying the same thing because I'm like, it's Jeannie's dog, and they're like, no, he's gonna end up as your dog.
Oh, he's gonna be my dog too. I can't wait. Love you guys.
Well, so Don, so the beauty of what we're setting up for you is it is a surprise.
Oh!
You just fill out a
Miss Karen,
bunch of
did you not
stuff.
see the this is it. It's a 4-piece rotating mat kit.
Is it really important or? Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Well,
make your comment. We'll do the live stream for the winning later, and have a fantastic day.
Mwah.
You didn't do your tagline.
I already said it.
Oh.